It's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Come on, I'm trying to get to 7K. Might as well. Okay. Anyway, how y'all doing today? I had to come on here and talk to y'all. I missed y'all. And I'm just having y'all ride with me to get some coffee right quick. So, yeah. Anyway, y'all, I did do a couple of videos. Didn't really like them. But we'll see. I know I'm going to probably post this one. And I probably won't even edit it, so I can just go ahead and get it up, y'all. But I figured I'd do a little bit of story time to try to, you know, get back into the groove of things with posting. I've been thinking about a lot, you know. And first I just want to say, like, Watchtower and the way they ruin families, it runs deep, okay? Like, deeper than you imagine, you know? Deeper than especially people from the outside even ever imagine. Like, it's a domino effect, you know what I mean? Like, even people that has never been a Jehovah's Witness but are family members of Jehovah's Witnesses, they get caught in the middle, you know, because they're still family with the Jehovah's Witnesses and the person that may have been disfellowshipped or dissociated, like as in my case, because I found out that it was just all a lie. And they just doing some, you know, they just got some things going on in the organization. For instance, not protecting children when it comes to CSA. They require 2 witnesses. I talk about that all the time. But things like that, the blood doctrine, y'all already know. I don't agree with it at all. They have been misleading people for years with all their false predictions. So I don't want to be a part of that. But then you have my family that will shun me, but then you'll have other family members that still talk to them after they be talking to me, knowing that the family shunned me. And you still got people planning to go on trips with these people and still, you know, going out to eat or whatever. And it's just like, it just made me feel some type of way. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, pick a side. And I know I shouldn't feel like that, you know, but it's hard not to. I can't believe I made it here so fast. Like, wow. But it's hard not to. Because that's how I feel. Like, you gonna be my friend or you gonna be my mama friend? Which one? Because my mama being evil to me. But at the same time, I just feel like I don't pick a side. I'll choose for you. I'm gonna fall back. Have your other family member. Have my mama. Have your whoever she is to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, have all of them people that's around here treating me messed up, all because I don't want to be a part of their messed up religion. Like, just be friends with them. Just be family with them. Don't tell them that they wrong as hell. Just bye. Just don't call me, okay? Because I ain't with that. Like, you're not finna straddle the fence with me. Now, I know it's unfortunate that you've been put in the middle like this. You ain't even asked for this, you know? And like I said in another video, y'all been talking to your crazy-ass Jehovah's Witness family all of this time. So now, just because they shunning their child, I'm supposed to stop talking to them? You know? So I'm trying to put myself in their shoes and just, you know, me, I just feel like I would tell my sibling about themselves. And if they want to just be evil, you know, I would make it be very well known. Like, I'm not finna be evil to your kids, or I don't know, like, or whoever. I'm saying, like, whoever it is to me, if I felt close enough, or if they are close to me, I'm not finna let nobody that I have any type of influence over just act any kind of way and just treat people any kind of way, especially not their own kids. Like, I'm not just finna just let people just do people wrong if I can do something about it, if I can say something about it, if I can put a bug in your ear. And I'm not finna be, if you're gonna continue to act that way, I'm not gonna be just, you know, hanging too close with you and too tight with you. Like, I'm like, Oh, and let's not forget that these Jehovah's Witness family members believe that their non-Jehovah's Witness family members are soon to be killed in their Armageddon, where their God, Jehovah, is going to destroy everyone on planet Earth but those that have joined the Jehovah's Witness cult. Yeah. I'm finna be just like planning trips and nothing like that. Or if I do, I'm not finna make the person that's not a Jehovah's Witness no more feel like I'm their friend or I'm there to support them, because I'm playing both sides. It's how I really feel. And it's really sad that I gotta feel like this. Am I petty for that? I don't know. I feel like I kind of am, like, you know. But I feel like, no, I'm not. Have them. Don't pick me. Have the evil Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, have them. You don't have to pick me. I just don't want to be in the mix with it. And it's just so hard because, you know, so many people are affiliated with your Jehovah's Witness family still in. And it's like, how do you combat that? Like, how do you not feel like it's like a level of betrayal or something? Like I always felt some type of betrayal, like, all the time. Like, let me tell y'all, you know, I don't really ever talk about, I definitely try to avoid names, okay? And then I try not to even really talk about specifically people in my family, besides like my mama, my daddy, my grandma, my auntie, that y'all don't hear me talk about, but like different cousins or other people, relatives, I try to just not bring up so much, because I feel like certain stuff is their story to tell, but then certain stuff is my story to tell too. You know, so I'm going to be I'm starting to not give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm just finna say what I feel like, what's on my heart, you know? And what I was thinking about the other day, my friend was over, her and her daughter, because I just braided her daughter's hair down for her so she can, you know, fix it up in a nice style. She does really good makeup and everything. But anyway, she has a daughter that's a few years older than that, that was along with my niece. Now, my niece that I'm talking about, this particular niece, I'm not going to say her name, but if you know me personally, then you know who I'm talking about. But this, my niece, that, you know, she lived with me growing up, like a little sister, really. My parents had to get custody of her when she was really young, really about 5 months. She was about 5 months. And, yeah, she's like 20 now. So, you know, that was my little baby. I was 14 years old, taking care of her, you know, changing her diaper, doing all these things for her, especially that summer when she was first born. And that was the same summer that, you know, she had to be placed with us. And, I'm just trying to give y'all some background story as to, like, you know, our relationship or whatever. But, you know, that was just like my baby, like my little sister, like my niece, like all of that in one. You know, that whole summer I had her when she was a little baby. And until I went back to school, you know, that's when my mom kind of took over when I went back to, I think it was 8th grade that I was going back to. I went back to 8th grade. Or maybe I was going to 9th grade. I think I went to 9th grade. When she was a little baby. I was going to 9th grade, and then my mom knew I had to get the rest, and I couldn't be just taking care of a little baby like that. So she kind of just took over. But my parents, they raised her. She stayed with us or whatever. And, you know, she even became legally my sister, but biologically she's still my niece. But anyway, once I got out the house, you know, I would still come, I would braid her hair. So I would pick her up, would come braid her hair and stuff like that. And at that point, you know, I was inactive, but I wasn't saying like I don't believe in Jehovah's Witnesses, it's a cult or nothing like that. But I was still, you know, I was inactive, and I was allowing myself to do things that if I was a Jehovah's Witness, a staunch Jehovah's Witness, my conscience would bother me. So anyway, I was talking about my friend. She was over the other day, so it reminded me of a time when my friend's older daughter, that's the same age as my niece, it was her birthday, and she was like 8 years old. I remember picking my niece up And we went to Toys R Us, and she helped me pick out a toy for the little girl, my friend's daughter. And we went to my friend's house, and we were, waiting with them because we were getting ready to go to dinner. We went to Red Lobster. So we went to their house a little bit and waited for them to finish getting ready, and then we followed behind them in the Red Lobster. And so, we get to Red Lobster, having a good time. She has a couple of daughters and a son. So, my niece is able to interact with the daughters that's around her age, and she's having a nice time. We at dinner, So then it comes to the time for her to sing happy birthday, and they cut the cake. Now, even though I wasn't going to the meetings, I know I had my niece with me, so I refrained from us singing happy birthday and us cutting the cake. And we didn't eat any cake. So I dropped my niece off home, and before I could get home, back to my apartment at the time, my mom is calling me. And let's just say my niece's name is Adelie. My mom calls me, and she's like, Adelie says you took her to a birthday party. It was more like, a birthday party? Now, those words may not mean nothing to somebody that's not a Jehovah's Witness. It's like, okay. But when a Jehovah's Witness, when your Jehovah's Witness mom is calling you, and saying those words, it's serious business, okay? She's highly upset, okay? And it's not looking good. Like, that's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing in their eyes that I took her to a birthday party. So I'm like, we went out to eat with my friend and her daughter. Yes, it was her birthday. It wasn't a birthday party. We were the only people besides their family of 6. We were the only people there. Was me and my niece. So it wasn't a party. It was a birthday. It was dinner. See, I'm still trying to justify it, and it's just like, okay, we had dinner, and yeah, it was her birthday. So I told my mom that. I'm like, but we didn't eat the cake. We didn't sing happy birthday. And my mom was upset, but it was just like, why did my niece tell on me? She was trying to be a good Jehovah's Witness. She was conditioned to tell. She was conditioned for her conscience to bother her. So her conscience bothered her for going with her aunt and being able to play with her aunt's friend's daughter. And it was her birthday, and it had birthday cake. And even though she didn't eat any, and even though she didn't sing happy birthday, her conscience still bothered her as an 8-year-old. And she felt like she needed to tell my parents, her grandparents. Which, I got in trouble. So that's traumatic, and that's not the only time that my niece has told on me, went back and told on me. I would allow my niece to let her hair down. I knew that she wasn't like all in and wanting to just, serve Jehovah so wholeheartedly. And you want to have a little bit of fun, don't you? So she would come to my house and let her hair down. Even when I got married, I would get all of her and her siblings and gather them together because they didn't all live they came from different households, but they were all siblings from her dad, my brother. And, okay, just give me 1 second.
Hello.
Hi.
What can I get for you?
Can I have a large dulce with less coffee in it?
Yeah. Did you want it hot, ice, frozen?
Frozen. Yes. And add coconut.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what did you say for the food?
A sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
Okay.
And I also want a large pina colada with no whipped cream as well.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, 1677.
So, yeah.
Here's your change.
Thank you.
Be on just a minute.
Okay, thanks. Okay. So, yeah. It wasn't the first time she had done that. And, like I said, like, me and my husband, like, she would just come there and let her hair down. Like, she would be with all her siblings, which none of them were being raised as Jehovah's Witnesses, by the way. And so she would have a great time with them. My husband would go get 5 different controllers for the game system so all of them could play Halo. And, you know, she would just have the time of her life just playing the game all day. And we would always take them to the pool. When they were younger, I was always taking them to Chuck E. Cheese. More than I ever took my own 3 kids. I mean, I just used to always take her to have a great time and let her just be herself. And the fact that she would go back and tell my mom stuff that was going on in my household is just crazy. Like, one time, you know, in later years, like when I did have my first son, he's 9 now, but when he was like maybe 1, and this was before I was totally awake, you know, but I was waking up, definitely.
Here's the smoothie.
Thank you.
Here's the freezer.
It's small.
You got a medium, right?
No, I wanted a large.
I thought you said medium. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I can just make it for you.
Okay, how much more?
I can just make it.
Okay, thank you so much.
You can keep it.
Okay, thank you.
If you don't mind, can you pull up right there and we'll wash your food out?
Sure, and can I have strawberry jelly as well?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, all right. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, I know this video getting long, and what I'm saying is, okay, she told on, I'll never forget, because my mother-in-law was there, and I remember my mother-in-law, like, Halloween time and stuff, I still felt kind of, you know, even though I was, okay, I'll celebrate Christmas and stuff like that, which I got a whole nother story about Christmas and stuff like that, like, at first, I didn't feel comfortable doing any of that. Like, when I first married my husband, and my mother-in-law was kind of looking at me crazy when first of all, I told y'all the story about in another one of my videos how I didn't want to go to church with, you know, my new in-laws and stuff. And that was a whole big thing. I'll put which video that was down below if y'all want to see that. So around that time as well, I also didn't want to decorate the tree. So, the Christmas tree. So it just sounds like just crazy. Like, I didn't want to decorate the tree. Like, you too. All right, so I got me 2 drinks. Ooh. Y'all don't judge me for like licking my hand like that. They clean. Shoot, and they ain't give me no napkins. So I hate. Don't y'all just hate when you don't got no napkins? Like, I'm just rubbing the little cream on my legs. Like, I'm gonna have to wipe them off when I get home. I don't want to wipe it on my little dress, you know. Anyway, don't even know what I was really talking about no more. Yeah, my mother-in-law wanted my son to dress up for Halloween, but I wasn't at that point yet. I felt okay with celebrating like Christmas at this point and stuff like that. I was okay with decorating Christmas trees and all of that. I don't even think I had them in my house yet though. I don't think we had our first Christmas tree maybe until my son was like 3. We used to just line his toys up on the wall before I got a Christmas tree, before I felt good to get a Christmas tree. He may have been 2. He may have been 2 when we got our first one. I think it was 3 though. But anyway, with that Halloween, she wanted him to wear a costume. And I'm just like, you know, that's the most demonic holiday, da-da-da-da-da, you know. And she was just talking to me like, you know, the kids, they just dress up and they look so cute. And, you know, they just want candy. And, you know, that's why we started talking about, and I named my second video, God Ain't Petty, you know. And that stems from a conversation I had with my mother-in-law, like, and towards the end of the conversation, I couldn't do anything but agree with her, because it's just like, I'm not putting God in a box like how y'all want to do. Like, no, I don't think God is that petty where he mad at some kids because they dressed up and they want some candy. Like, yeah, we can say, oh, that's Satan's birthday and it's the devil's day. Look, you thinking about all of that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm just letting my kids dress up to get some candy. And I don't think God gonna condemn me for that. Like, some people, some of my viewers, y'all might think so, you know. But hey, I don't think God is that petty. And I'm entitled to believe that. Like, I don't even, If I'm made in the image of God, I ain't that petty. I ain't finna be petty like that. Not my God. My God ain't petty, okay? Anyway, so I think we were having that conversation. Or no. We were just talking about, because at this point I was already like, okay, cool, he can wear a costume. So we were talking about his costume and talking about the fact that we took him to the mall to do trick-or-treating. He was 1 or whatever. So we were talking about that. And so I remember asking my niece when we were having that conversation, I was like, can you go to the back? Y'all go in the back and play. And sure enough, later on, my mom told me, yeah, I heard that you took your son trick-or-treating too. She's talking about, I know about trick-or-treating. Like I'm in trouble or something. Like, I know about all of that. You need to get your life together, girl. Because Jehovah don't play that. Like, you gone too far. You took him trick-or-treating and put him on a Halloween costume. You done lost your damn mind. She ain't gonna curse, but that's what she basically thinking. I done lost my damn mind. I'm Halloween, girl. You crazy. So yeah, y'all, she told on me about that too. And it's just like the Jehovah's Witnesses, they create these snitches. I love my niece. Don't get me wrong. I love my niece to death. It's unfortunate that she was raised by my, parents who raised her in a cult, and she ain't really like me as far as just, like I was always trying to bulk my parents. Like I was challenging them and, I thought their rules was stupid and why, and because Jehovah, these ain't my rules, these Jehovah rules. And it's just like, but my niece was more like go with the flow. Like, okay, I gotta do what they say. I gotta at least do what they say until I'm 18. I live here, so I gotta do what they say. They say I can't have no friends that's not a Jehovah's Witness. I can't have no friends. I can't talk to nobody that's not a Jehovah's Witness. I can't talk to nobody that's not a Jehovah's Witness on the phone then. Like, me, I'm still finna call my non-Jehovah's Witness friends. Like, and I'm so glad I did, because some of them people I'm still friends with to this day, Like, they was the coolest people ever. And they wasn't witnesses. People that I met at school and stuff like that, So, yeah. Saying all that to say that, the Jehovah's Witness cult just really mess people up. It mess up people's relationships. And just absolutely ruins relationships and shatters the family unit in every way possible. And it creates a bunch of snitches. All right, y'all, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any similar experiences where you were snitched on. Perhaps you feel like your family need to choose. They got to be choosy. You know what I'm saying? And it's valid. It's a validating feeling, isn't it? Like, dang, I know I might be kind of messed up, but come on, help me out, y'all. What y'all think? Like, tell me if you just felt like y'all just have my Jehovah's Witness family member, because I can't be. I don't want you to feel like you in the middle. I don't want you to be in the middle. I'm gonna stay over here, and y'all can just stay over there. You know what I'm saying? Have you felt like that? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. All right. Make sure to like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Okay. And I'll be back with another video. It's Felice, totally awake.